So today we finally get now to call one of our first two witnesses to the stand. Those who trusted God, those who chose to believe God in spite of their situation or circumstances, like we spoke about last time, the wall that they were facing. Believing that God is who He says He is and that He would do what He said He will do. And that really is what faith is about. It's two brothers called Cain and Abel. I don't know if you heard about them. Who really represents two types of followers of God. Those who follow God out of duty and those who follow God from a place of devotion. So let's pick up the story in verse 4, chapter 11, Hebrews. You can read the whole story actually in Genesis 4. I just want to highlight something small today. By faith, Abel offered God a better sacrifice than Cain did. By faith, he was commended as a righteous man when God spoke well of his offerings, and by faith he still speaks even though he is dead. So we see a few things here. Firstly, both Cain and Abel offered something to God. Yet God spoke only well of Abel's offering. Through their giving, they demonstrated different things about their view of God. Because Abel offered something that showed his devotion to God, whereas Cain only, showed God his duty. That's why he gave. Now, instead of learning from Abel, finding out why God accepted Abel's offering rather than his, what does Cain do? He became jealous and eventually was overcome by jealousy and even killed his brother. Isn't it amazing, even today, thousands of years later, how jealousy has driven many people to kill others, maybe not physically, but murder reputations and gossip and slander and all of these various things. Now, if you look in Genesis 4, we see that Abel gave God his first fruits, which means he gave God the best and the first portion of what he had. Cain gave out of duty from what was probably left over, or what he didn't want to anyway, keep for himself. Probably not because he wanted to, but he just somehow felt to do it like a religious work, so I can just feel better because I've given something to God. So what does that teach us about faith? Well, it isn't the size or the value of our gift to someone directly linked to the value or the devotion that we have of them. Why not tell the person you want to marry that you really value them and treasure them? They are the most important person to you in your whole life. And what do? You give them this plastic ring as a token of your love and devotion to them. Well, I can probably help you. It's not going to turn out well. And so actually, the way we love someone, the way we appreciate them, it is shown in the way that we act and what we give towards them, isn't it? So Cain gave God some of his stuff, but Abel gave God firstly his heart. And God doesn't want your stuff, friend, if He cannot have your heart. That is really the thing that God is looking for us to willingly give Him, is our hearts, our lives, our all. Hey, see, this is what faith is about, trusting God. Valuing God is enough to give Him your heart, your life, your best, your all. Because isn't this what He did with us? Didn't He give us His best, His one and only Son, Jesus Christ, and citizenship to the eternal kingdom of God? Even today, we still have these two groups of people. Those who serve God out of duty or fear, and those who, like Abel, serve God from the heart. Give God the preeminent place in their lives. And it is those like Abel who continue to speak from the grave of how lovely, faithful, and great God is, and how loved and devoted they are to Him. May you have a wonderful day.